4-H?
I don't know where I would be, but I don't know that I would be where I am. You know, I definitely credit 4-H with a lot of not only the life skills, but definitely in Clovers Company, the skills of performing, the amount of time I got to performing in an ensemble, being able to perform with different voices, being able to work with people like Dr. Bo Riles, who obviously was such a wonderful mentor in music, and really learn about being on the stage in a different way than I ever had or had the opportunity to before.
And what message would you give to the 7 million 4-Hers today who are pursuing their passions and dreams through 4-H?
I would say, number one, you've made a good start by being in 4-H. That is for sure. And that there are people and mentors and agents who want to help. There are different parts of the organization that it is so diverse and so vast. It may not be what you stereotypically think it is at first blush. And if you dig deeper, there is so much going on. And it's even changed since I was, coming through the system. So I'm excited for all that they can do. The sky's the limit.
Great. Well, we really appreciate having
David, New York City. Look at where we are. This beautiful, beautiful. 4-Hers, what do you think they're doing in Ellaville and Madison and East Lansing and places like that tonight? This is so special, so special. And I think each of us can think back, think of our roots, where we came from. And we've been hearing from people tonight, reflecting on their past. And we've had different pasts, but what brings us all together here tonight in this beautiful place and Don, this beautiful banquet, is to celebrate perhaps the greatest youth development organization in the history of the world. The distinguished Alumni Medallion this year goes to a superstar that people all over the planet know. They know her by name, they know her by voice. She has a trophy case full of awards with things like Grammys scattered all over them. She has hosted the CMA Christmas program on numerous occasions. In just a few weeks, there'll be a new television program entitled Duets that she'll be starring in. Justin, I mean, this woman, you know this, she's everywhere. I was in a shopping store the other day, and, in those little speakers overhead, it's stuck like a Jennifer singing. I hear that voice coming. She's on the side of potato chip cans. They're paper dolls. They're paper dolls of Jennifer Nettles. We know she's a superstar, but ladies and gentlemen, this lady was a superstar long before she became the recording star of the world, and that is in 4-H. And she joined 4-H at a very early age. She's not someone who just stopped by for a Coke and a smile. She was with 4-H throughout her school years. She was at Project Achievement every year, at camp every year. She was an officer locally. She was an officer at the state level. When she got into college, she continued her 4-H involvement, and every summer she was a camp counselor. She was a leadership in that. If we were just to look at this huge star that's known around the world and did all that in 4-H, that would be quite enough reason for us to bestow this award on her tonight, but it did not stop there. She has never stopped being a 4-Her. She has never stopped speaking out and speaking up 4-H. And one very quick story, but it's so important for you to hear about this lady. A couple years ago in our state, Art Smith, our state 4-H leader, was faced with a challenge and people all over. There were some leaders in our state who had a real bad idea, Beverly, and that was to eliminate 4-H to save money in the state budget and meet the budget. Eliminate 4-H. I mean, that's like moving the Masters from Augusta. I mean, counseling Christmas. I mean, you just don't, what do you? Well, Jennifer heard about this and got in touch with us and said, what can I do to help? Jennifer Nettles joined us, and Senator Daschle, she joined us at the Capitol. And speaking from the well of the Senate and the House, the impassioned speech she gave about what 4-H had meant to her, what 4-H has done in her life, and what it had empowered her and encouraged her to do in service throughout her career. Oh, she had their attention in a big, big way. Those senators and representatives, they were like a bunch of school children. They were standing in line wanting their picture with Jennifer Nettles. And Arch and I would speak to each one of them. Senator Bullock, good to see you. You gonna help us in the budget? Let me introduce you to Jennifer Nettles. You know, it's easy to understand why we're so proud of Jennifer Nettles, but what just really warms our heart is that she's proud of us. Ladies and gentlemen, a superstar who uses her voice, that beautiful, beautiful voice, uses her reputation, uses her influence to cast such a wonderful reflection on 4-H. It is my extreme honor to present the Distinguished Medallion for Alumni to the one and only Jennifer Nettles.
Thank you so much. Everyone at the reception tonight was saying, thank you so much for being here. And I'm thinking, this is my honor to be here. And Bo said it so succinctly that I am so proud to be a 4-H'er. And I have no doubt in my mind that one of the major reasons why I am doing what I do today and have thankfully been blessed with the success that I have is because of 4-H. I learned so much. As a matter of fact, Carla, I did want to let you know that I did win the cookie contest on the county level when I was in the 6th grade for my pecan sandies, so we can talk about that later. But beyond my cookie skills, obviously, you know, 4-H, not only CPA, DPA, the leadership on boards, Clovers Company was a huge part of me learning to be a performer. It was the first time that I had the opportunity to be around other kids who were like me, who had the same dreams and aspirations, who had the same hungers and drives. And that's obviously just in music, but 4-H does that for kids all over. And I've continued my education in 4-H even outside of Clovers and Company, outside of in my college career being a counselor. My husband was a 4-H'er, and we just recently acquired some cattle. So now I'm learning about that part of 4-H that I never knew before, too. So the education does continue, but I just thank you so much for this high honor. I will always champion 4-H as a wonderful organization. It is my favorite youth organization, and I will always lend my voice to you. Thank you. Speaking of lending my voice, I would love to invite Clovers and Company, not only from the current cast, but also some of the alums from the casts of the past to come, and we're going to sing a song for you now. Yeah, you look so cute. How about these voices, by the way?